African page. So we are alive on my Facebook page. So if you have people that can't get in, send them to my page and we'll go from there. So welcome, everyone. I'm so excited. Welcome, South Africa. Welcome, Erica. Marina's on here. We have all the different teams on here today. Yay, because you know what? We're one team, one dream. So today I can see right now we have 3 different continents represented. And that's only the beginning. 3 continents, and the world is changing. So I would like to introduce my co-host, Craig Tomanini. You know, I've adopted him. He's a very large person, so I was really glad that it was an adopted son. Not this way. You used to be, but now you're this way.
That's what I thought you meant. I was like, wow, that's the first time I've ever been introduced that way.
Well, how much weight have you lost, Craig?
I have lost 161 pounds to date. So, and I'm still large. I'm still a large person, just not as large.
No, but you are, and you know, you're large in life. How's that?
The presence of Jesus is flowing through me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So today we're really excited. Now, a little birdie told all of us on a call last week, Mr. Craig DeBrains, we are looking at announcing within the next, get ready for this, drum roll. And you know what? Craig can do it because he's a drummer. Drum roll. We are looking at within the next 10 days, product release, comp release. Yay, are we excited? I don't know about you, but I am so stinking excited. So in honor of that, I wanted to bring on one of my mentors. And he didn't ask to be my mentor. I just keep bugging him. So, and he keeps picking up the phone. So I guess that means he's one of my mentors. So along with, you know, Tammy and Brett, Stephane is probably one of the smartest people I know. But in addition to that, he has opened Korea. He has opened, now get this. This is why I want you to meet this gentleman. Let me tell you the story about a young man named Stephane and his beautiful wife, Claudia. They lived in a very cold region of the earth called Canada. There was no new age RX Limu in Canada. So you know what he did? Now, he used to have a skidoo shop. He gets off of his skidoo and he opens the United States. And then he goes to Europe and he opens France. And then he goes to Korea and he opens Korea. And then they say, well, if this man is going to work that hard, maybe we should open Canada. And guess what? He didn't even speak English. So my question to you is, what is your excuse? Every time I talk to him, I suck it up and say, I don't have any excuses. So I would like to introduce to you, and Stephane, we're going to let you just take it because you are a master trainer. You lead one of the largest teams in the world. You are a power ranker in 3 different continents. Show us how it's done.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Eava. So awesome to be with you. So awesome to spend this moment. You know, I didn't know that I would be speaking for Africa one day. It's one of our dreams to travel over there. That's of course. And we already have some partners that are already building it in Africa. So we can't wait for all of this to come. And I know all of you are kind of, you know, just waiting to see what's going to happen. When is it coming? And the excitement is building up. And at the same time, it's long. It feels forever before we get there. And so I know the feeling because I've experienced it so many times. So I was asked to talk a little bit about our experience in building internationally, also why specifically this company. Here's what happened. I have been in this network marketing industry for many years. I was in it prior to this company for 19 years. 16 of those, I struggled. I didn't get much results, but I caught the vision of this industry, of helping others, and that where you succeed by helping other people succeed. And so I wanted that. I knew that I was willing to work hard. I was willing to pay the price. I just didn't know at the time, many years ago, I didn't know what the vehicle would be. And one of my dreams was to travel the world, which we have done, and we look forward to do it again, right? To get back on those planes and travel. But I saw that this was an opportunity for average people to join in, start a business at a very low cost, and build something substantial by helping others. And I thought, this is just, this makes so much sense. So I joined in, and I'm going to fast forward through all of the things that happened. Maybe one day I'll come back and tell a bit more about the story. But I want to fast forward to a place where you guys are sitting right now, which was, for me, it was back in 2011. And it was around May, the month of May. And I received a phone call from a friend who I considered, and he was my mentor, and this guy had made a lot of money in this business. His name is Tim Sales. Some of you may know him. And I respected the guy. I knew that when he made a decision, he was just moving forward, and he was always successful in anything he was doing. And I thought, okay, whatever he does, I got to do. And so I received this phone call, and I say, hey, so what's up, Tim? What are you up to? What's happening these days? He said, well, I got to tell you that I'm coming back in this business. Now, I understand this guy had been retired from this business for 18 years. He made millions and millions of dollars. He didn't have to work for the rest of his life. So for him to come back in the business, out of retirement, risking his previous business that he had built, because he knew that if he did that, the company he was with, they had an agreement where if he did something else, they could cancel him. So I said, there's something going on. Yeah, this is not normal. What is this? And so he went on to share with me the vision of this company. And the vision was to unleash the human potential. They understand that it's all about helping the other person, is to giving them an opportunity for them to accomplish more. And what they did is they wrote what they call the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights is all of these things that they found that other network marketing companies had, but actually were missing. These were the things that were missing in many other companies, that they didn't feel right, where a company can terminate you anytime they want. They can change the compensation plan on you anytime they want. They can turn to a retail business model and forget the network overnight. They can run the business whenever, however they want. And so they didn't like that, because they understood that all of you guys are the biggest asset to a network marketing company. It's not the product, it's not the infrastructure, it's not none of that. It's not the money, it's the people. It's the people who build in the field, who are growing, the company. And so they understood that, and they said, why is it that every other company, they say out loud, oh, we're going to treat you well, we're going to be so good with you, but then when it comes to doing it and writing it on paper, they don't. And this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to create a different company that would respect you, that you would feel there's a high level of integrity, where it's a real partnership. And so Tim went on to share that with me, and I said, oh, wow, this is going to be a model company for this industry, and I want to be part of this. So I told Tim, I said, okay, I'm in. What do I do? I said, what are the products? He says, well, they're coming. I said, okay, but what are they? He says, I don't know yet. What do you mean you don't know yet? I said, well, they're in the, like, they're talking with the manufacturing facility and they're getting things organized. I said, okay, so there's no product. All right, so
So
what's
you
the
started
comp
out like we are. You started out with no product.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to take you back there, because that's exactly what happened. So next thing is, I said, okay, what's the comp plan, right? If you're a network marketer, you want to know those things, right? You want to crunch the numbers and see what it's going to look like. So I said, what's the comp plan? He said, well, Fred drew it on a napkin at the restaurant, so I don't have it. I said, all right, you must be kidding me. Like, okay, what's the website? He says, well, there's no website yet. So what do you want me to do? He says, go and recruit people. I said, but how do I recruit people? What do I tell them? He says, tell them we're so new, we have nothing. And that's how we started, believe it or not. We had nothing. We had the name of the company. I didn't know what the products would be, but what we did was we shared that vision of what this company was one day going to be. And it's unleashing the human potential for good. It's the Bill of Rights. It's creating a model company for the industry. It's the respect, the integrity. It was all of those things that we went out there and we started to recruit people. So and at the time, like right now, I know you guys, at least you can put people in the system. At the time, I had them on a sheet of paper, right? So I would write down the names of everybody. And I said, okay, you go here, you go here. And I was building the tree. Hopefully this would start, like this would unlock and we would place our people in. And so that's how we got started. And then we got the first batch of supplements. We didn't have Deanna at the time. Deanna came on board, I think like 2 months later, something like that. So it was a group of entrepreneurs, Mark Wilson, Fred Cooper, Riley, like the whole team, they were there. And they came up with, okay, we need some supplements, put something together and we'll figure out stuff later. Well, when Deanna came on board and they gave her like shares in the company, she was co-owners with them. She says, if I join you guys, one of the things I want is I want to have the rights to overlook all the products and make decisions on the products. And these guys are, well, I crunch numbers. I'm the genius one. You can take care of the products. We don't care. Well, one day she comes to the office because she looked at the products. She didn't like the products, what were in the products. And so she came to the office and the guys had already had a discussion because they said, Deanna wants to come to us and tell us that we need to change all the products, but we got to get rid of the inventory before we place another order. So they all agreed together. So Deanna walks in and she says, okay, yeah, all right. So here's what we want to do. And they said, well, we voted and here's what we're going to do. And she says, no. It's in my contract. And I've already placed the order. They're already producing them. They said, what? So we're stuck with all these products that we can't sell, and they spent millions. I mean, these guys put their retirement on that. And anyway, it was crazy. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is this is part of the vision of this company. This is a company that has standards and they respect them. You may want to get going, like quickly, let's do things, right? We want to go fast. But the things is, they are not willing to cut corners and risk the long-term sustainability of your business. And when you're building a business like this, you are putting your reputation on the line. You're bringing friends, you're bringing people here. You don't want to do this 2, 3, 4 times in your life. You want to do it once. And maybe if you're like me, I've done it a couple of times before. So I knew this had to be the last one. And so that's why you need to have confidence. You need to build confidence. And that would be one of the reasons I would say, go on YouTube, go on the RX New Age website, research them, see who they are, look at what they're doing, because you need to build that confidence. This is a great company. And 10 years ago, I planted my flag and I said, this is our home. And I never regretted it. because these people, they didn't just put it in writing, but they also conveyed that respect to the field. They respect us. They work with us. They tell us the truth. If there's something that's going wrong, they tell us. And they say, hey, sorry, guys, here's what's happening. We made a mistake here. Here's how we're going to correct it. What do you guys think? And what we think, we say, well, we would do the same thing. You know, what can we do? Right? So for us, it's been an amazing adventure, a great, you know, for all these last 10 years. It's going to be 10 years this summer, but that's been our experience with this company. All right. So just know that what you're building right now is not something that's built on shaky grounds. This is something that has proven the test of time. Now we have multiple brands of products. We have all of these different things that you have access to. And the good thing is you don't have to wish it's going to work. It's already working. And if you look at the track record of everything that happened in all these other markets around the world, you're going to see that this company do things right. All right. And so what I'd like to do, I'm just going to share my screen real quick. There's a couple slides that maybe I just want to make sure we cover a couple different points. And then I'll tell you a bit more about opening markets, all right, just from my personal experience. So some of you have seen this, but I just want to go really quick with this, all right, maybe 5 minutes. So Fred Cooper is one of the owners of the company. He's the chairman of the board. And this guy is a genius. And when we say he's a genius, it's true. He's a real genius. His IQ is higher than Einstein. All right. So he comes up with all kinds of ideas all the time. It's crazy. But the good thing for us is it puts us in a situation where we become very unique in the marketplace, because we have all these, like we launched a travel divisions years ago where most others were out there thinking, wow, how did they do this? Then we're coming up with a new app you're going to hear about. Maybe some of you heard of it. So there's a lot of things that this guy is putting out there for us to help us build our business and make it great. These are my slides from 2019. Okay, so I know it's not updated, but it's fine. Just to give you a perspective. So these were the international offices we had. These were registered markets. All right, because that's one of the things. Is many companies will enter a market and they don't register. And so they don't tell anyone, but people in the field, they operate illegally and they could be caught anytime. This company doesn't do that, right? If they enter a market and they know it requires registration, they will register. Okay, so they just do things the right way. And these were client markets, like you see South Africa and you see these other markets. And then we teamed up with New Age, and now we're much bigger. We doubled basically all the markets around the world, okay? Now the growth is incredible, all right? So we've been steadily growing over the last couple of years, and then this last year we doubled in size. This is where we are. And a few months ago, I remember I was on a conference call, and people always talk about the wave. You know, the wave is coming, and you got to serve the wave. And I said, and I know I've always mess it up with this word, but I said, this is not a wave that's coming, guys. It's a tsunami. It's this big, huge thing. You don't have time to ride the wave. You got to run like crazy. This is where we are right now, right? And this is what I did many years ago when the company started, is I got caught on panic. Why panic? Because I thought, if I don't run, other people will, and I'll be left in the dust. I just don't want that, right? I don't want that. So I said, I'm just going full throttle. And we just built a huge organization. But you got to go fast. Really, that's what's going on. So then this company acquired multiple companies. They have over 15 companies now they have acquired over the years. Why do they do that? Well, one of the reasons they do this is because there are some companies that are out there that share the dream of creating a residual income, of creating a better life for yourself, your family, the future generations. But then those companies unfortunately, managements, all kinds of things happen, and they don't survive. And this company, what they've done is they gave a second life to these people who caught the dream. But now their company, for all kinds of reasons, they're going down or they're going to close. And they said, we're welcoming you and we're going to work with you. And so they offer that. Now, here's the thing that I love about this. Every company in our industry, they start usually with one or two products that are very unique. Very unique. You look at them and say, oh, wow, that is their product. That is the thing that created the company. Then you go to another company and they have this special juice. And then this other one, they have this cream for your face that just makes you younger in 3 minutes, whatever. But the thing is, they all have something very unique, very special. Every company is like that. The fact that we acquired about 15 companies, do you realize that we're the only company that probably has 15 to 30 extremely unique products that by themselves, they were companies before, by themselves, they were operating as a company. So we basically have all these different products that were extremely unique that now are part of this company. And so for you, it's an opportunity to go out there and share with a lot of people and attract a lot of people that would be attracted to that one product or this one, but now they have all of those here with us. So it makes our variety of products great. Not only that, is we keep improving on each one of those products. The vitamins we had at the beginning, they're not the same. They've went through multiple changes over the years because they keep improving. All right, then you see these brands. Now those two in the middle at the bottom, Juve and Nucerity, they became one. They're now Lucem. All right, they just put them all together. And the new Lucem brand, everybody were raving. They love the Juve. They love the Nucerity, but now they love even more the Lucem because they made major advancements. They created better products. So what I'm telling you here is that, yes, you will discover amazing products. They're probably going to be the top of the line when we launch them in about 10 days, or we're going to hear about them, right? So you're going to hear that, but just know that probably a year, 2 years from now, they're going to improve again. They just keep on improving the products all the time. They're not stagnant, so that you have a business that keeps on evolving and growing. Transformations, we have transformed lives. It's incredible. And I look forward to go and transform our family's life with you guys over there in Africa. But that's what I wanted to share just on that part, just to get back on what this company is about, what they're doing, how they're different. Now, here's the thing. So years ago, yes, like Eava said, we started to build in the US. I didn't speak English. Okay, I started by listening to audios. I was listening to the audios, repeating the words, recording myself, comparing with the audio to see if I were saying the right words correctly. That's how I self-taught myself English, okay? Because my dream was to eventually have a global business. And the thing is, I knew that I had to master English because that's the global language, right? So that's why I chose to learn to speak English. Now, we opened in the US, and then the company, and this is something I've always done, is I always look at what the owners do and I copy what they do. So then they say, okay, we're going to open international. We're going to build international. I said, okay, I got to build international. So they went in Asia. Well, I went to Asia. Now, I didn't know, quite frankly, that I didn't even know what Korea was, right? I was pretty bad in geographic, right? Not a great kid in school. But here's what happened is I sponsored a lady. This lady sponsored a guy. That guy sponsored a lady. And this lady on the 4th generation sponsored the person who opened South Korea. Now, it took a couple months before we opened the market, because in Korea, there are rules and things they needed to do. And so they opened the office, they hired employees, they registered some products, and then they finally opened. But it was August that they said, we're going to go into Korea. So they told my 3 leaders who brought Korea, they told them, okay, we're going to open maybe December. We're looking at December. Well, it actually took much longer than that. Okay, it's not like here we got a big team and all of that, but in those days there was no big team. So it took until May, but by May, here's what happened. My 3 key leaders, they were gone. They left. They were gone to another company. They did something else. So I inherited the whole Korea directly because nobody was going to work with them. And so what I found over the years is you will find your key leaders within your first 4 generations. And that is one of the reasons when you want to open a market, you want to go fast, talk to as many people as you can, work with their contacts and work with that. You want to go deep, fast, because you're going to find your key leaders within your first 4 generations. That's what I found. And that's how we found Korea. And we started building Korea. We traveled there a couple times a year, and we've done that for multiple years. And now we've got big teams over there. As a matter of fact, I think I have those. I got some pictures. So this is Yu Suk-sa. We got Madame Song and Mr. Yu. So these would be, I would say, the 2 top teams over there that we built. And that's how we opened South Korea. And then there's been thousands and thousands of people that grew, in that market. And then what I decided to do was they were starting to build in Europe. And I thought, wow, Europe. I mean, I speak French. They don't have any French people over there. I got to go and build in France. I'm the only one in RX who speaks French. And so I started to make contacts. Actually, the guy here, let me see here, right here, this guy right here. So this is the first rep in France. Okay, he's the first in RX that joined years ago. So I started to work with him. Now, I want to share something with you. I'm going to share with you a video. Some of you may have seen it, but even if you have, watch it again. It's 3 minutes. Okay, are we good with time, Eava? It's good?
Oh, you have all the time you need.
Okay, so this video is incredible because it shows you how you create momentum, how you open a market, how things happen. Okay, so listen to the words and watch what happens. It's not the best quality video, but it's going to convey the message. And I've experienced this all over the world. All right, so I'm going to share that. Hold on. Let me grab this right here. Share sound. Okay, and let's start.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not 2 nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky.
Excuse me?
We can't see the video.
Oh, you
We can
can't
hear it,
see.
we can hear it, but we can't see it.
Really?
The hearing was
and-
good.
And even I'm noticing that your internet connection is a little unstable. So I'm thinking while you're trying to show the video, maybe turn your video camera off just so that it's not
Okay.
buffering. That's probably what's going on.
Okay. All right. So I'll do that. I'll just rewind a little bit just so you can see, but and just thumbs up or thumbs down if you you don't see it. Let's I'm gonna stop my video.
It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut, and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd, and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than
it's
just the
not
leader.
moving.
Everyone needs to see the followers, because new followers emulate.
So it's not moving?
It's not,
No.
but Stephen, you know, I know this
Okay.
video, Stephen. If you want, we can share it out
Yes.
to the.
That's
the
what we'll
folks later
do.
on.
We'll share it later. We'll
Yeah.
share later. That's fine. So
We'll place
here's
it
what
on the
happened.
WhatsApp page and on the Facebook pages.
Yeah,
It's a great video.
perfect. Sounds good. So basically what's happening is this guy is standing up and he's starting to dance to the music. There's a lot of people, you know, sitting down there watching him, and they're thinking, oh my, this guy is crazy. But so he's dancing, and then a second guy joins in, and then a third guy joins in, and then suddenly there's 10, 15, 20 people. And here's what happens. There gets to a point where the people sitting are less in numbers than the people standing up and dancing. Now the people who feel uncomfortable are the people sitting down and watching everybody dance around them. So guess what happens? Everybody started to stand up and dance and have fun. And this is basically what I've experienced when we opened new markets. We went to South Korea. There's a small room. There's a couple people. We present. Not much excitement, not much going on, but there's like 2, 3 people. And then we start like, you know, a couple more, and then a couple more. And then next thing you know, then a movement starts. And now there's a lot of people, and there's that, you know, it's just contagious. We've done that in South Korea. We've done that in France. In France with my friend that I showed you earlier, this guy, we were together for maybe a year, 2 years, that we were grinding and working and building our teams, and it was fine. He was making money, we were making money, but nothing explosive. And then suddenly the ball starts to roll. The thing, here's what happened. There's another team, not our team. There's another team that joined the company in France. They started to build. They built bigger than us, faster. They surpassed us. But here's what happens. Their movement carried over to our teams. Our teams were looking at them and saying, because initially my team were saying, oh, you know, here in France, it's different. You know, people are skeptical. We've seen these type of companies before. And so they come up with all of these reasons why it's not going to work well. It's difficult here. You got to do it differently. So yes, there's some cultural differences. I agree. But in general, everybody wants a better life. Everybody wants to improve their life. They want to, you know, do better, great things, and yes, have access to great products that improve their life as well. So it's the same thing everywhere, and everybody is struggling a little bit with their situation and the process to build a team. That's normal. But here's what happens: is they start to build big, and our team started to pick up. And right now, after these years, now we have in the top power rankers, which is the name we give to the top leaders in different markets. We have in our team in the top 10 power rankers, people in 15 markets in Europe. And this is from a guy who lives in a small village up in Quebec, Canada. As a matter of fact, if you can see here, this is where I live. I live on the lake. There's mountains all over. There's about 4,000 people who live here in this small village. I didn't know many people, but we built a business around the world. And when I walk around, people I know, some people don't have a clue that we have a business, like international business. I'm a little guy that grew up in a garage, right? And so that's what happened, is we just focused on building our teams. Others grew faster. It didn't matter. Instead of being like jealous of what they're doing, we said, let's get together. You know, let's rub shoulders so that we can, you know, have a little bit of that. The dust, you know, from the
Pixie dust.
Pixie dust.
There you go, pixie dust. You know, let's get some of that right together, and let's build bigger. So that's what we did in France. And then, like Eava was saying earlier, what happened with Canada is they said, hey, we're going to open Canada. So my wife, Claudia, said, there is no way we're going to let everybody else build in Canada, where it's here, it's on our neighborhood. We got to build here. And so she kicked me in the behind and says, let's get to work. We got to build this thing. And so we teamed up and we started building Canada. Well, right now, if you were to look at the leaderboard, all across Canada, 8 of the top 15 power rankers are on our team in a small little province in Quebec, right, Canada. Now, I'm not saying this to brag, but just to share with you that everything is possible for every single one of you. Even if you think, oh, I don't know, I don't have the resources, I don't have the know-how, the connections, whatever. That's the beauty of this business. You don't have to be the superstar, but you can find the superstar within your first 4 generations. And when you do, you suddenly become the superstar. That's what happened to us. We're not superstars. We're just normal people. But this thing happened. So yes, you're in a situation now where you're waiting. You can't wait for things to happen. You want to start, you want to get going, you want to get the products. But this is the best time to recruit. And the reason it's the best time to recruit is because when you approach someone, you say, well, you can't buy anything. It's like there's nothing yet. And so because of that, it makes it much easier to go out there and tell everyone. So if I were you, I would do what I've done in 2011, is make a list, build a list of everybody. And here you can enroll them right away, enroll, and get your troops together. Look for the future. Go back to history and look at our company, what they've accomplished in all these markets. Show them what we've done elsewhere, and we are doing this here. We're just about to launch here. So of course, there will be a few people who will step up, take leadership, and run with this. And they will be called one day legends. This is where we're going. So Eava, that's it. Any questions, anything I can help? I'm here for you.
First of all, we have a new team word, and it's got it because we're cross line. You know, Craig and I are cross line. You and I are cross line. It's, can you say it again? Tsunami? Is that how you say it? I love it. It's our word.
Tsunami.
I think it's tsunami.
That's it. And you know why? It's because soon we are going to have the wave. It's tsunami, and you have to be a tsunami maker on our team. I love it. All right.
It sounds like a spice almost.
This is the big thing. And then Tammy's also on. Tammy is many of you know Miss what do they call her? You on Erica's team, Tamsy. She's on here. You're more than welcome to unmute if you have any questions. But this is what I think this is the mic drop. And this is my pen because I have pages of notes. Pages. Because it's Mr. Page. But anyway, 4 generations. So there are some of you sitting and you're in Nigeria, or you're in Zambia or Zimbabwe or Benin. So, and you're saying, but we're not open yet. But you know someone who knows someone who knows someone. We are Africans. In Africa, we have family everywhere. Come on, am I telling the truth? We have family everywhere. Borders are just suggestions. So I am sitting here saying, you know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Don't stop and wait, because then you're going to have to run to try and catch the train. Get this vision. There's a train. It's moving and it's going chugga, chugga, chugga. And right now you can jump on board, but it's going to go chugga, 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 chugga. And if you wait till June 1st, or you wait till September or October 1st, it's going to be going so fast. You're going to have to run so fast. You're going to need a race car. So you know someone who knows someone who knows someone. 4 generations average. 4 is my favorite number. That could blow open your future and the future of a nation. I am just amazed. So welcome, Tammy. So Craig, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, you should be able to unmute yourself, Sam. There you go.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to unmute. Stephane, first of all, thank you so much for your journey. Do you know how incredibly encouraging to hear about all your hiccups? It makes it so real for the rest of us that have been journeying for the last 9 months, a year into this whole movement, the African movement. And so I love hearing the real stories, because there are setbacks. It's not how many times, it's not, so sorry, I had a call coming in. It's not how many times you have setbacks. It's how many times you get back up and you continue to endure and persevere. And to think that you have teams, the number one teams in South Korea and in Europe and in Canada. I'm just like, what inspiration you are. So thank you so much. And I think maybe my biggest takeaway, or my biggest question really for you, is we have people on right now that have just heard everything you've shared. And they really want to know, what would your suggestion, what is your game plan? What is the game plan? What is the business game plan that you would give people for the next, let's say, 6 weeks? Like, what is the focus? What should they be doing? If looking back at what you experienced, take the wisdom of what you walked through and give us that golden nugget.
Yeah, good. And first of all, I would love to have the biggest number one team in Europe. I don't. We are in the top 10 power rankers in 15 countries in Europe. But anyway, just wanted to make sure I don't take credit for something I don't have.
No, and I know that, but I'm giving you credit, so just take it.
Speak it out.
So really, what I did when I got started, and I've done that a couple times, through the last 10 years, where we just go in like crazy. And what I mean by this is, I remember when I got started in RX, in RX New Age, I had a list, I had a paper, like 2-3 papers, and I wrote down, like, on Facebook, how many contacts I can make per day. I got to a point where Facebook was blocking me in making friends and connecting with friends. So I had 3 Facebook accounts at the time. I had my Twitter account. I had an email list, so I was emailing every single day. I had business opportunity leads that people had answered an opportunity years ago. So I went through all that list. And so what I was doing was going into every single idea I had of connections, LinkedIn, whatever. I was going through them. As soon as an idea popped up, oh, I know people through that. Boom, I go and do it. And you reach out to as many people. It really is a numbers game. And at this point, it's to share the story. Okay, you just shared the story and you shared the vision, and you guys have numbers of what this company has already accomplished. So it's not like, oh, we're launching a company, hopefully it's gonna last. None of that. It's established. It has all these brands. It has like #1 comp plan, voted. And so you just tell the story that they're coming to Africa. Here's the timeline. Here's what's going to happen. You want a position at the top, or you prefer to wait, right? So that's what I was doing, is where do you want your spot, at the top or you wait, right? It's up to you. I'm fine with this. Now, I was also telling people that it was not going to be easy. Okay, so sometimes we try to make it look so easy that people don't believe us, right? Because everyone knows that nothing is easy. Nothing worth something is easy. So I was telling them, I say, I can put you on the list, but just know we're starting. There's going to be challenges. We may have delays in products. We may have this. I was telling them, but are you a leader? Are you a visionary? If you are a visionary, this is for you. If you're not, this is not for you. But the thing is, you have a chance to be there at the top of a whole continent. You want that, or you prefer to wait. So that's what I was doing, is this sense of urgency, because it's true. It was really true. And it was going through all the names, like every single person. The good thing is you have upline support. You've got people that can do three-way calls or Zooms with you, and you've got all of this. So plug them into those resources, those tools. Every time, and at the beginning, we had no video. We had nothing again. So what I was doing is, as soon as there was a webinar, I would record a webinar, post it, and use it as a tool, right? So that I could follow up with people, right? And send them the material. And so now you have all of this. So use the tools as much as possible. And that's my suggestion. I could come up with something like crazy clever, but quite frankly, that's the plan, is go. And I looked at in France, I look in Korea, I look in Indonesia right now. We've got team over there, and also like in Canada. And that's what it is. The people who succeed are the people who put more people in front of the information than others.
I love that.
That's the
I
plan.
love that. And, you know, in some ways, I think we can become so complacent because we have so much. I mean, it's like America, right? Like things, we have so much that at times I think we need to remember that we are pioneers, and we are pioneering a country, and the country is Africa. And so there's a lot of getting that opportunity in front of as many people as we can. I have to say, I love that. I actually took my pencil and I wrote it down. Would you like to be at the top of my organization, or would you prefer to wait? I would not prefer to wait.
Exactly.
And I think that is a fabulous, and it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. And so the people that are coming in right now before the official launch are people that are positioned to do really great things. I also love that you said in your first 4 levels that you're going to find your leaders. And in 7 years of doing this business, Stephane, I slam damn guarantee you that's been true for me. And so I know it's true. Those people that are closest to you, you invest in them, you build with them, you help them. And obviously you are a genius at duplication. And that's what we're all after. So anyway, thank you so much, Eava, for letting me ask a question. And Stephane, thank you.
Thank you, Tammy.
So for many of us out there, we have been looking for a way. We've been asking for a way. Many of you have been on your knees praying for a way, like I was when I started, and like I know Craig was when he started. And when you're given a way, my question is, are you going to use it? There's the story of the, and I actually knew a woman this happened to. She was, there's a flood, and she says, "Oh Lord, help me, help me, help me. Send me some help." And somebody comes along and they're in a boat, and she says, "No, no, no, thank you. God's going to save me." And so the water gets higher and higher, and she's climbing up the tree, and somebody comes along in a helicopter and says, "Oh, no, 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 no. God's going to save me." Then she's at the top, she's on the chimney, and there's nothing there. And somebody sends down a rope and says, "Oh, no, no, no. God's going to save me." My question to you is, you have the rope, you have the boat, you have the helicopter. Are you going to do? It's been given to you. My question is, now it's your choice to choose. What are you going to do with it? I believe in you. Stephane believes in you. Craig believes in you. Stephen and Kayode believe in you. You can do this. So are you going to wait? Or are you going to be at the top? Thank you, Stephane. I just adore you. So for those of you, we have a team training on Fridays. We're going to have a team training Friday. Everyone is welcome. And let's get this done. Let's get this done. So Craig, would you like to wrap up? And Friday, we'll place the information. We'll give it to all your team leaders. And Stephane, will you come back?
I'm happy to come back. Have I ever said no?
No, you haven't. And please keep picking up the phone.
All right, sounds good.
So what I'll add in closing, and this has been a great call, and I'll echo everybody. Stephane, thank you for your time and contributing to the future of Africa and in this company. And it's it's truly humbling to be on a Zoom with somebody who's really been, and I'm going to use your word, is a legend really in our company and in our industry, for everything that you've done, because truly to endure all that, to pioneer your way, you know, when there was nothing, literally nothing there, it really does establish a foundation for all of us to stand on. And I know, like Tammy said, you know, we're kind of spoiled here in America because we have all this. You said, you know, we have all these things at our disposal, and Eava and I both know that. But I want to talk to the Africans for a second, because I can appreciate where you're at. I can't say that I understand 100% because I'm not there, but I was made African recently by Stephane Angulu, and I'm gonna wear that. Oh, and here he comes into the Zoom as I say his name. Stephane gave me the honor, the distinction to be African, and I'm so humbled by that, because I'm not sure what it is that has happened, but I have just developed an incredible passion for the continent of Africa. It's just, the people are amazing. And I want to talk to you for a second, 10 days out before everything just kind of busts open. And I first want to say, good job, because a lot of you came on a couple of months ago, 2.5, 3 months ago, even in some cases, when we were, like Stephane said, there was nothing. We were just like casting a vision. I remember the first Zoom, and we said, it's coming, it's going to be a thing. We promise there's going to be products, you know, by Africans, for Africans, in Africa. And we put our names and our reputations on that. And you know, New Age did the same thing. And guys, we're 10 days away. So if you're on the Zoom, or if someone shares it with you later on and you see this as a recording and you decided to make that step in faith, which is really what it is, good for you. I mean, because I love how you said it, Stephane. You can either get involved now and become a legend, be viewed as a legend. And I think that that's a massive title to put on somebody. I don't know that I even want to be the legend, but the reality is, those of us that stepped out in faith early, those of you that took that initiative to just believe, to just have confidence in something that when you didn't really know what was coming, you're not going to regret that decision. So just don't quit. Don't quit. I know that it's been a long time coming, but we're 10 days away. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is, I love this industry, but I love this unity that we have, you know, in Africa, especially, seeing all of the different cultures and all the different people, the different walks of life, the different social economic statuses. When we're all in a Zoom like this, and when we're all doing this common goal, man, it is uplifting to be part of that. It is incredible. And I would just say, like Eava said, are you going to do something with it? The choice is yours. If you're seeing this, if you're part of this, and you're gonna put your flag down somewhere, and you decide that this is it, then you're about to embark on something truly bigger than yourself. I hope that you're all ready, because I know what's coming from this company. I do. I 5 years next month I've been involved with this, and it has absolutely transformed every part of my body and a part of my life. So as usual, I end on an emotional note, because I truly love Africa. I love New Age, and I love all of you. So thanks for letting me share, Eava. I love being part of these Zooms. It's awesome.
Okay, so now we were given by Craig. He says, hopefully by May 10th. Remember, we are, like Stephane said, we don't know, we're birthing something. And you know, the baby may start on Tuesday and may not get here till Friday. We don't know exactly if we have 10 days, but the goal is 10 days. So Mama has one word for you. Go get it done. So thank you, Stephane. We love you. And thank you, everybody, for being on. We will place the recording out there as soon as possible. And let's go change the world. Let's go change the nation.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Stephane.
Yes, Stephane.
Thank
Thanks. It
you,
was great.
everyone.
Beautiful evening.
Thank you,
Thank
Stefan.
you.
An excellent
Thank
Zoom.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Eva. Thank you,
Tammy,
Stefan.
Greg.
Buddy.
Thank you.
Eva.
Thanks for coming, and everybody just like me playing.